Most traders use the default settings on the stochastic oscillator and get decimated every single time, especially while day trading. So today I'm going to be giving you guys some advanced configurations that actually hold up in a high volatility market. That's the market we live in right now. So we're going to be stopping the guesswork and actually starting to execute trades that will make you consistent profits. And I'm telling you guys this because the biggest mistake beginners make is keeping those settings the same regardless of the time frame that they are actually trading. Don't know why people do this, but it's just a rookie mistake, and I don't want you guys to be rookies anymore. So I want you guys to imagine the market as a massive shifting ocean with different types of waves, right? If you're in a small boat on the 5-minute chart, you're going to feel every single tiny ripple. On the 1-hour chart, you're only going to care about that massive swell that moves the ship. You're not going to care about those little teeny little ups and downs. It doesn't matter on the 1-hour chart, but on the 5-minute chart, it matters quite a bit. You cannot use the same lens to look at both of those different types of worlds. So for the 5-minute chart, the fast scalper configuration I'm going to give you guys is exactly what you need to survive in the market and thrive. I want you guys to set your K to 5, your D to 3, and your smoothing is going to be set to 3. That setup is going to be built for pure speed and an immediate reaction on your part. So you just have to make sure everything else is aligned, and that is going to be a great signal for you guys to enter into a scalp trade. It allows the indicator to breathe just a little bit here with the rapid fire movements of a lower time frame. It's going to ensure that you guys aren't lagging behind the actual price action when every second counts. A lot of people are used to lagging. Don't become part of the lagging crowd. Make sure you guys are executing before everybody else, because when the lag crowd gets there, that's when you guys start seeing those larger moves, more money, better bang for your buck. Now, when we're moving up to the 15-minute chart, the market noise is going to increase significantly. To combat that noise though, you need to slow the pulse of your indicator down a little bit so you guys aren't finding as many signals, because they're just not going to be as reliable. And because of that, I'm going to be using the settings 14, 3, and 3 for the 15-minute time frame specifically. That's what I'm going to call the intraday sweet spot. Most consistently profitable traders are trading that 15-minute chart. You get to a lot higher risk for more advanced traders of the 5, and the 1 hour is for new traders that are just trying to figure things out. So what that's going to do is it's going to filter out a lot of the head fakes that are going to ruin a lot of new traders because they're expecting so many signals that are less reliable. Just focus on getting a few signals that are very reliable. So use those settings 14, 3, and 3 specifically for the 15-minute charts, right? These are going to be the movements where the market looks like it's finally reversing, so you guys are able to buy and kind of ride that wave back up. But in reality, when you see those prices coming back down and you see the opportunity that the stochastic is going to provide to you guys, what it's basically doing is just taking a small break and consolidating before it continues that overall larger move. As you guys know, if you're looking at a 15-minute chart and you see a sell signal, but the 1-hour chart, the 4-hour chart, and the daily chart are all extremely bullish, you know you're going to be looking at a dip with an opportunity to buy that lower move, maybe a liquidity trap, whatever. Buy it and ride that wave on, because the momentum is going to drag it back up whether it wants to go up or not, unless there's some type of crazy news, of course. And finally, for the 1-hour chart, we have to go even heavier with the math. I want you guys to test out a 21, 5, and 5 configuration for your swing positions. On this time frame, we're going to be looking for what I call macro momentum. You want that trend to be on your side. So by widening those periods just a little bit, we're going to ensure that we only get a signal during a real shift, not a fake signal here. I want you guys to think of the K percentage as the actual heartbeat of the market that's right in front of you guys. And then I want you guys to think of that D percentage as the smoothed out blood pressure of the entire financial system. When you guys are day trading, you need that heart rate to be very, very responsive. However, you cannot allow that heartbeat to become erratic or jumpy. That will not end well at all. Most people treat the stochastic indicator like a static rule book that never changes, and professionals are going to be treating it more like a guitar that needs to be tuned every single day for every single song. So if you guys are going to be scalping the 5-minute without tightening your K percentage, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. You have to fine tune these indicators to match what you guys are trading, specifically when you guys are trading a lot of different time frames. Not everybody wants to scalp every day, so you guys are going to have settings you have saved for each one of these scenarios. You're going to end up being you are essentially trying to catch a falling knife with a blindfold on at that point, and it won't end well. Now, by using those specific numbers, you guys align the math with the natural volatility of the stock or asset you guys are trading. You guys are going to be focusing on that specific slice of time rather than the generic average. That average is not going to do you guys any good, unfortunately. So this isn't really about finding that magic number that works every single time, because it's not going to work every single time. You guys have to have a range, and you guys have to have precise numbers for each specific time frame. It's about matching that precision of your tool to the specific job at hand. A surgeon is not going to be using a dull knife, and I would not expect you guys to use dull indicators that do not have the right settings on them. It is very important that you guys understand everything has to be fine-tuned these days, especially since the market has become so much more volatile and so much more difficult to trade than when most people got involved back in 2021 to 2023. When you guys are able to tune your settings correctly, you guys really stop chasing the fast market, and you guys are actually waiting for the market to come back to your level where you know where it's going to be. You guys already have the limit order there, you're happy, and then it continues along that larger trend. You guys are going to gain a lot of patience once you guys understand how many fake signals are out there, and by getting rid of all those fake signals, you just wait and you're patient. But when you actually invest and you make that trade, you have a high probability of success, and that's all you're really looking for as a trader. You want to make consistent gains, and by that you can have a full-time salary that you give yourself, of course, and then all of a sudden you're realizing, well, I'm only working about 4 to 5 hours a day at that, and I don't have to drive an hour away to go to work in a company and deal with a boss that I don't like. It becomes a lot easier. So now I want to explain exactly what the difference is between pro and amateur investors and how they actually trade. So here's basically what the traders are going to be doing when they see a stochastic crossover. When you have an amateur trader, they're going to see the lines crossing over in an extreme zone, and they're going to enter automatically, immediately going to enter in there. They don't look at the higher time frame or adjust for any of the volatility. They're going to be treating those 80 and 20 lines like they are solid brick walls, and you guys know that that's not a good plan. They're going to assume that the price simply cannot break through those levels at all, and here's what professionals are going to be doing instead, because they're going to be a little bit more profitable, a lot more profitable, but they're also going to be just more calm about the whole situation. So when let's say, for example, here we're going to be using the 1 hour chart to find the overall directional bias. We're going to be using those slowest settings of 21.5 and 5 that I like to use, right? That way it's going to help you guys see the big picture. They're going to look at the overall trend before they make that trade, looking at the crossover itself. If you have the larger trend, the heavier trend, the larger time frame trend going up, and then at the same time on the 1 minute chart you have the bearish trend setting, right? That's not going to go down for a very long amount of time. In fact, it's better to just understand that you're going to go down temporarily, and that's going to be an opportunity for you to buy and ride the wave back up. Those types of things are absolutely crucial for your success as a trader. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to give me a like and subscribe and hype up the video. I appreciate you guys a lot. And if you guys are looking to day trade cryptocurrencies and stuff like that, I have a few links down below. Appreciate you guys. Hey everyone, today's sponsor is Weeks, a global crypto trading exchange where you can trade hundreds of cryptocurrencies, use futures and spot markets, and even copy expert traders, all from one secure platform. If you want to check it out, the link is in the description below. Thanks.